So back on the workbench is our Tamiya TT02. We're about almost done with this full kit build. This video series is something a little different for the channel. We're actually following all the steps and doing the full build. Of course, we are going off the instructions quite a lot with some hop-up parts. You'll see with the build we've got a lot of blue parts, but if you're trying to catch up, I'll put a link up top to the playlist so you can catch it up. In the first episode, we finished steps 1 through 12 and got a lot of the drivetrain done. In episode 2, we took it from step 12 through step 23 and we installed the suspension and got it done. We did have a couple of missteps in episode 2 where I had ordered the wrong rear knuckles. I ordered the ones for a TT02B, not just a plain TT02, so they didn't fit. So it was a couple week delay while we ordered those. And then, you know, some of the hop-ups that we got are these awesome, racing shocks. And, well, for some reason, the kit didn't come with the E-clips that we needed to put it together. So I had to order some, E-clips off the internet, and they came a couple days later and we finished it out. So those 2 videos are done, and you can watch them from that playlist if you want to catch up. But what we're going to try and do in today's video is tackle, I think, almost the rest of it. I think we can get all the way up to painting the body, because what's next is mainly, I think, just the steering and the body mounts and stuff like that. And as you know, if you're watching this or if this is your first time, welcome. We had purchased quite a lot of hop-ups. You'll see there's a lot of blue on this, a lot of blue and a little brown. So we've got some racing and Tamiya parts. We've got an upgraded drivetrain, we've got battery hold downs, we've got the knuckles, we've got the shocks, a lot of upgraded gearing. It's hard to see, but in here is an upgraded gearbox and an upgraded gearbox in anticipation of eventually making this brushless, but right now we're keeping the stock motor. But moving on from step 24 through the end of the kit, it really is the steering and the body mounts and the tires. So that's really what we're going to be tackling in this video. You could also see over here we still have a lot of original parts still here. We haven't used them because, well, quite frankly, we've replaced a lot of them. But this is pretty exciting. The steering is, I know, something that with the kit build can often have a lot of slop, and I definitely want this to be race ready. So I picked up a lot of the Tamiya hop-up parts to really take all the slop out of the steering and have it be as, tight as possible and really have it be able to corner as best as it can. So without further ado, I guess I will stop talking and we will start building the rest of this car. So it looks like the next couple of steps, 24 and 25, are the steering linkages, and then it moves into the electronics and the servo from there, and that's 27 and then 28. I have a feeling most of those steps are not going to utilize the parts that are in the kit, but are instead going to utilize everything in here. We bought a bunch of stuff to really, like I said in the intro, make this kit as tight as possible. We don't want any slop in the steering. So we purchased the TT02 steering upgrade parts kit. We got these low friction screws for these to turn on, and we picked up some turnbuckles and some end adjusters, just really everything I think we need to possibly make the steering as locked in as possible. I'm hoping I didn't buy anything we don't need, but I guess we'll see as we start to build it. So my gut tells me that we're not going to be utilizing this that much, and we really are going to be utilizing everything in here. So let's start opening this stuff up and see what the differences are and what it says we actually need. So I'm going to start with opening up the upgrade parts kit here, and let's see what we've got. All right, so that looks like the instructions. We've got that correct now. Okay. Okay. This is our handy dandy 1.5. Take this guy, you drop him onto here, you pop that guy onto there. Okay. All right, that looks like pretty good steering. Okay, we put that pad in. Seems to be working nicely. So the servo is centered. No. So I installed this upside down. And in step 27, we would normally use A2 to mount the servo. However, we have this to mount our servo. That is how we are going to mount our servo. All right, let's mount this servo. Okay, so we are up to step 28, because believe it or not, all of those steps up into 27 were the hop-ups. 28 though is also going to be covered by hop-ups because we bought this aluminum motor sink, this heat sink, and we are going to use that as opposed to D8 and D7. So we're not going to do that. We are going to install the antenna mount though, so we will look for that. And we will also check out, you know, where our receiver is going to go. You can either mount it here or you can mount it here. Our receiver is very tiny. We have a little Fly Sky RC receiver. So why don't we look for part D12. A bit messier than I like, but not sure what else to do with this other than shortening it. So we'll just leave that like that for now. We just did step 30. We glued these wheels. You can see we have nicely glued wheels. They're pretty much dry to work with now. 31 and 32 are attaching the wheels. Now we are using our bearings. We already have our bearings in there. We are not going to use the kit supplied plastic fake brake calipers. We are instead going to use these awesome aluminum wheel adapters for all Tamiya cars from our buddies over at Yeah Racing. They really are on point with the hop-ups that they make. So you slide that guy through, you take him, and he goes on like that, tighten it into place. Well, I will say we have a decent amount of ground clearance. Look at that, huh? Just a few more things to do. We're gonna skip ahead to step 35, put on the front bumper. But again, we couldn't leave well enough alone. So we have this awesome aluminum bumper stopper hop-up from Tamiya, and it's time to put on this awesome battery plate, also from Yeah Racing, like a lot of our other parts. Pins here to hold it in place. Okay, this is technically for a TT01. It was a mistake that we bought this one instead of the TT02. So we're really gonna hope that it fits. And it looks like it does. So this guy goes on here just like that. there we have it. We have finished, except for the body, our TT02 build. Look at this thing. I mean, this is a beautifully designed car. It's put together really, really strongly with all these pieces. You know, we've got a lot of stuff in here that's aftermarket. Let's start at the front. You'll see here we've got a Tamiya TT01 bumper piece there. I didn't buy the TT02 one, that was a mistake, but it fits perfectly. We've got Yeah Racing shocks, a full set in the rear as well. As we move back, you'll see we've got Yeah Racing CVDs on each side. We've got them in the back as well. We've got Yeah Racing knuckles as well as Yeah Racing hubs for the wheels in the front and in the rear as well. You can't see, but inside this gearbox is the Tamiya oil-filled differential in the front and the rear. We have the upgraded Tamiya steering kit. You'll see that's in there, giving us our steering, and we even included these really nice Tamiya aluminum dog bones. It does turnbuckles. It does come with silver turnbuckles, and we have that one there for the steering, but we went with the blue to keep with it. We have ball bearings throughout the car. As we move back, you'll see that there's the Tamiya aluminum shaft and propeller joints. We've got the Tamiya servo saver here that came as the full kit for all the steering pieces. We've got the Yeah Racing battery holder there. We've got the Tamiya servo mount here. We've got a ProTech RC servo in there. That should go really well. It came with this Tamiya speed control, which is nice. And then we also upgraded to get this Tamiya motor heat sink. So those are all the pieces that we have on this car, and you'll see, you know, really there's not any slop. The suspension travel is great. It's got great ground clearance. We want this to be a rally car build, so we followed the high ground clearance and the standard chassis wheelbase. We didn't mess with any of the wide body tire mounting issues. But as you can see, that's all the hop-ups that we've got. There's a lot of blue parts, but I really think it's going to make the driving experience that much better. You'll see we did unfortunately buy a few things incorrectly. So there's some extra parts that we are not going to be able to use. We've got a couple of Tamiya hop-ups in there. We picked up the frictionless or the low friction pieces for the steering, but they just didn't fit right. We accidentally bought the wrong steering knuckles for the Yeah Racing parts in the beginning, so we've got those. I don't know why I picked these up. I think that was a mistake. And because we replaced so many parts, we have quite a lot of pieces still left over from the Tamiya kit that we're not going to be using. So maybe we'll sell some of this stuff on eBay, I'm not sure. What we do have left though is to put on the body posts, and you'll see with the body posts, it's got this little special mount there that these pieces go in. But I did purchase this. I really want a clean body, so I don't want any holes in it. So I purchased this kit of magnetic body mounts, but I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna fit in these. So I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do there. I'm wondering if maybe we're gonna have to use the little plastic piece that's here and screw it in order to mount this. As you'll see, there's some pretty strong magnets in here, but there's absolutely no instructions whatsoever with this. So we're gonna save this for the next video. This was episode 3. So as always, if you like what we're doing, please like these videos and subscribe. My wife bought this kit for me in its stock form and was a little surprised when all these boxes started showing up with all the blue stuff, because that wasn't part of the deal, so I probably shouldn't have done that. But it's here now, and it's built, and it's done, so there's nothing we can do about it. And our box over there is actually empty. All we have left is this. And then what we're gonna be doing is, and the next one is painting up the body, assembling our drivers. Yeah, the drivers didn't come with it either. We purchased the drivers to go with it. We also 3D printed this roll cage, so we're gonna finish that up, sand it and stuff, and use that with our drivers here, and assemble all those pieces. But really, that'll be the next video. That'll be episode 4. But this was episode 3. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, please, if you like what we're doing, like. Okay, this is embarrassing. Please like and subscribe. So, like I said, my wife won't divorce me. Although maybe it's in your best interest if she does, because then I'll just be lonely and doing RC stuff in my sad little divorced man apartment. Anyway, that's this video. So again, thank you for watching. I'm rambling, so I'm gonna stop. In our next video, we are gonna do the body and try and figure out how this works, because it just looks complicated. As always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.